Who the fuck catches a tentacle, alright? These trainers be on some ratchet, stupid shit. They should learn a couple of things from Double4 the Pokemon Master. So Pokemon Origins, the 4-episode special that's kind of like an appetizer for Pokemon X and Y, the new upcoming games. Now, this special is based off of the originals. All I could really say is I wish they would have done this from the start. You know, I wish when I was 5 years old and I was coming home from school, when I turned on my TV, I was watching the gym leader battle that I did on my Game Boy last night. But it's very obvious why they didn't take that approach. Obviously, there isn't enough content following the games. You know, doing it the way they've been doing it the last 10, 15 years, they could just make a whatever episode and get away with murder. Doing it this way, it takes a lot more effort, a lot more work, and it's harder to make a better story following the games than just doing whatever the fuck they want to do with this crappy motherfucker named Ash. I wish I saw this when I was younger. Obviously, I enjoyed the shit out of it now, but there's a certain amount of threshold of excitement I can reach now that I'm not as into Pokemon. You know, I kind of like almost broke that threshold. I felt like a part of my soul was replenished watching this shit because it was just super nostalgic, and I remember playing these games wherever, like, wondering where the fuck to go next. Now, besides the pacing and a couple of other minor differences, these episodes actually covered the game story completely, and I really like that they did that because it's like, these are exactly like what I love about Pokemon, and that's the games. With Pokemon, it's always been the movies and the games. Those were the two things that everybody used to love about Pokemon, the franchise. You know, it was the movies, like Mewtwo the movie, or Deoxys the movie, and it was the games. It was Yellow, Ruby, Gold, whatever the fuck. It was always the games and the movies, and now I feel like we got a sliver of goodness for the anime. Now, obviously, this has nothing to do with the Ash Ketchum story or nothing like that, but it was good to see 22 minutes of, like, good shit. Like, I like that. You know, we don't usually get that. Now, my favorite episode would have to be the second episode in Lavender Town with the Cubone and all that stuff, man. Like, yo, whenever I see an innocent thing like that go through all that pain and shit, like, yo, that actually made me shed a small tear. And, like, I never expected going into this that I was gonna shed a little tear. Usually it's just some corny shit like that I've seen 1,000 times, but this was actually pretty violent. Like, you heard the scream and everything. Like, yo, Pokemon, violence, like, the two don't connect. Fuck Team Rocket, crusty ass bitches. They hating on the Pokemans, man. Like, they're just mad because they don't get to the anime bitches. That's why they're mad, you know? Especially that motherfucker Giovanni. You could tell that he's never been laid. But my boy Cubone, yeah, he's gonna get laid soon. I'm telling you. The first special was definitely my least favorite because it was just Green being a little prick-ass pussy. Like, saying that he's the man, yet he's waiting for him to pick on it first so he could pick the stronger type. Yeah, use a bitch. And then we got Brock over there acting like a robot or some shit, like telling him like the importance of humanity, like shut up, like that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Go back to making food. I'm hungry, alright? Episodes 2 and 3 were about Giovanni and stuff like that, and Team Rocket taking control of the city and that old lady getting her corporation stolen or whatever. That was definitely my favorite part of the entire special because I felt like with that one there was so much content. I felt like that was the most nostalgic one for me. And that last episode, again, was probably the highlight of the entire special. Now, while I do wish they kind of did a little bit more with the Elite Four and the championship match, it was done very well. Mewtwo versus Charizard and Red, like, that was some crazy stuff, man. I really loved watching that. It was just really awesome. I want to hug Charizard. On some no homo shit, I want to hug Charizard right now. Give me a nice big hug. Thank you, Charizard. Damn, he's fuzzy. I'm walking out of this like, yo, I just kind of like got to relive almost a part of me. This was cool. I liked it.